folks? Dr.Gryzz here with another beer and vape review. But today we're going to be doing a little bit more vapey stuff than I usually do because I picked up a few things at NVE, National Vape Expo in Mohegan Sun on Saturday. And then on Sunday, of course, was the St. Patrick's Day Parade here in my hometown of Holyoke, Massachusetts. So I did that all day and got really fucking drunk. Like, I got really drunk. Thankfully, I was able to get a ride home. You know, if I couldn't have gotten a ride home, I would have just called Uber or some bullshit like that. But thankfully, someone was able to give me a sober friend. My cousin Ben, actually. Shout out to Ben and my other cousin Nick for setting up a way for me to get home safe. And one of the things I picked up at NVE was the rudder mod from Omier. And the Wasp Nano RTA, which I got a lot of RTAs, and I gotta tell you, this is the easiest build and wick on an RTA I've ever had in my fucking entire vaping experience. Like, you don't even really need to comb shit out. You just kind of clip them short, drop the tails down into the cutout, wet them, push them in, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. That's it. It works great. In that, I have a Mama-san, a liquid I picked up. And by the way, when I say picked up, I mean I picked up a lot of liquid at NVE. I got like 3,000 milliliters of fucking e-juice from there for dirt cheap. A bunch of it was free. If you're into vaping and you see a convention somewhere, even if you have no intentions of buying anything, go to it, bring cash, and just stock up on liquid. Just that. Just stock up on liquid. You will get so many fucking good deals. These were $10 each. $10 each. And it came with a free hat. It's a shitty hat, but a free hat and... Oh, it was a hat and a shirt. Ah, there we go. Check it. Oh, rocket. Boom. Hat. Mama-san hat, which I would never wear in public, but I might wear this. Mama-san? What? I might wear that. Maybe. And so I got the melon in there. That's fucking sweet. It's good, really good juice. And I also picked up another piece of hardware I picked up was the Dreamer Mech tube with Ardent RDA, which hybrids into it. So you take the bottom piece off of this and the top piece off of this, and then the two of them screw into each other. So you make a direct connection between the battery and the RDA. It's a hybrid connection. Directly hybrids to it. And it hits. Well, I gotta replace that battery. Battery's getting low. Yeah, I got one charged up. Hold on. I know, this is a longer video. This is going to be a longer video than my usual videos because I'm going through some stuff. So, let me get my batteries. So that's a .11 build. All stainless steel. Quad core fused Claptons, 4mm inner diameter, 7 wraps. Yeah, it's 30 gauge cores with a 40 gauge wrap. I know that sounds crazy for a mech, but I said fuck it, let's do it. Clean. See, nice clean wraps, no tears, no dents, no spurs or cowboy boots. You know, and I know technically speaking you should rock these positive down because that's where the venting is, but I've been rocking it positive up because the size of the pin on the RDA is rather small, so I figure it's probably better off to do it this way. Better off to do this. You get a better connection in my mind. And I did replace the firing pin with the copper because it had a silver plated copper pin So I replaced that pin with a full copper pin. Or full brass. Full copper, full brass. The one they gave it to me at the show. It came extra. I didn't have to pay for it. They just handed it to me. I'm like, oh, here. Nice little addition. And, it works pretty good. Good mech. And side by side to the Bonza, by the way, even though it's bigger than the Bonza, it weighs less. Like, it has less heft to it than the Bonza. Like, I think the Bonza is just thicker material. So, it's like a little less heft than the Bonza. And the Bonza, the button on it, like, you gotta put your finger just right on that. Whereas with this, like, it's a much smoother button, I think. Like, but I think, all in all, they're kind of comparable to each other. One's a little heavier and the button's a little stickier on the other. But when it comes to how hard they hit, they're about the same. They're about the same on hit. And I have the same, pretty much the same build in both of these. As you can see, well, actually, this one's actually, it's also a .11, but it's a bit smaller. It's a smaller coil. So that's a triple core alien that I got from Advanced Vapor Supply. Like, I did not build these coils. These I built. This I built. These I did not. But they work pretty good, And now I got juice all over my RDA. Oh my god! Whatever. So, on to the beer. Let's go on to the beer, guys, because we've spat some shit about that. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute. I'm not going to do a shot before this because I already started recording a video. And I did a shot, and one of those things happened where I took the shot, and it kind of went down the wrong pipe, and it fucking burned the shit out of my fucking lungs and throat. And I was like, you know what? We're going to restart this video, and we're not going to do a shot, because that fucking hurt. Like, it was one of those, oh, it hit the wrong pipe kind of deals. It was bad, yeah. Jameson's in the wrong pipe. Not a good idea. Let's not do that. So what do we got? We got Slainte. That's what I'm told. That's how it's pronounced. Slainte. And that's this is an Irish stout. It's got a little descriptor. Says Slainte is a classic Irish stout with rich creamy head. Combination of pale malt, roasted barley, classic hops create a slightly sweet and roasted malty aroma. Experience the senses. Blah, 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 and then it goes into a little poem. And as you know from my channel, I don't like little poems. So let's do this. Let's have a pour in my little tiny glass. Huh? If you pour it hard, it gets good. Now, the thing about this, it's basically a Guinness. But I think it's better than a Guinness because this is not forced carbonation. This is natural carbonation. If you look at the top of this, like all the carbonation on the top is like all the bubbles are different size. They're really rocky looking. It's starting to lace on the glass a little bit, and it's toning itself down at a pretty good rate. And that's all good signs of natural carbonation. Whereas when you buy Guinness in the can, the draft in the can, and there's that little widget in there. Everybody thinks that widget is to make it pour better or whatever. No, that's not why that's there. The widget in Guinness contains nitrogen. The beer inside, because a stout doesn't really travel very well, especially if you go by air or sea. That's why IPAs were invented, by the way, because stouts don't travel well. That's why IPAs were invented. Because they just travel better. Stouts, they tend to get sour. They go sour if you have carbonation in them and you storage them and change elevation and all that other shit. Like, they end up going sour on you. They get bad. They go bad on you. So what Guinness does, they have a widget in there, and the beer inside has no carbonation in it, and then the widget has just enough nitrogen so that as soon as you pop the top of the can, it changes pressure and causes the widget to release nitrogen into the beer, instantly carbonating it. That's why when you pour a Guinness and you look at the head of it, the head is always uniform. It's a uniform head. And I'm not saying Guinness is bad. Guinness is good. I fucking keep it in my fridge. I keep Guinness in my fridge, like just to have it in the fridge. But when it comes to natural carbonation, this is a much better choice. This is from Bay State Brewing Company. Slainte Stout, 4.5%. So it's about the same as a Guinness in alcohol content. Let's have this a taste. Alright, so you got the rich, creamy head. Just like a Guinness would. But there's a little more of a chocolate and cream note to it than a Guinness does. And the carbonation is a little bit on the rougher side, which is actually kind of pleasant. It's not, it doesn't taste, because it's not watery. You know, the problem with Guinness is it gets watery. Like when you're drinking it, it's a little on the watery side. And everybody thinks, well, that's stouts. Well, not really, because stouts should be kind of sugary tasting. A little bit sugary tasting, a little bit, and you should feel the carbonation on your tongue. That's a good representation of a well-made, just regular stout. It's not a cream stout. It's not a barrel-aged stout. It's just a good representation of a well-made stout. I'm enjoying it. So that's Bay State Brewing Company, Slainte. Let's do that. So we're going to pair it with some vapes because that's what we're here for. That's why we're here. So again, I got some Riding Shotgun, a juice that I picked up at NVE, Riding Shotgun, which to me tastes like... a lot of people tell me it's supposed, well, even the description on it is supposed to be like a vanilla Oreo, but to me they taste like Hydrox cookies, like Hydrox, like the lower end version of it, which I actually like more than the Oreo cookies. I like the Hydrox ones more. So it's like the vanilla cream cookie, and like a little bit of like a like vanilla pudding kind of taste to it. And let's have that. See how that goes with this, huh? Alright, so this is already creamy. This added more cream and a little vanilla tone to it. So it kind of gave it that oak cask kind of feel to it. Like a stout that's done in a aged in an oak cask. It gives it that kind of a vibe. And it doesn't really improve on it. It just makes it taste a little different. Like I'm kind of disappointed in this match. Like it's all right. It's all right, but I'm kind of disappointed in the match. So I guess let's go to the Bonza here. The Bonza has what in it? Oh, the Bonza has the berry milk pie in it. Get that saturated up a little more. Yeah. Alright, so the berry on that added a sweetness that this fucking beer needed. So it did the same thing as the other one. It gave it a creaminess, like a more pronounced creaminess, but then it added that sweet berry to it, and that was phenomenal. I enjoyed that quite a bit. That was quite enjoyable. I'm almost ready to pronounce this a winner, but you know we gotta have at least one more thing in there, and well, I gotta find a drip tip for it. There we go. There's a drip tip for it. So we got the Drop Dead. This is what I was rocking at NVE, guys. The Drop Dead. And I'm getting text messages while I'm recording, so pardon my delays. And in there I have the Kylo Fruit Series, the Perry Good in the Drop Dead. This is also what I was vaping at NVE. If anybody saw me, this is what I was vaping on. For the most part, I had my Gear RTA set up with some blueberry pie, the Baker's Edition or whatever. But I basically never pulled it out. Like I never had a reason to pull it out. So there we go. And we're rocking that in bypass on a 0.18. So. The pear adds a sweetness. It almost gives it a juice taste. Like it kind of gets rid of the beer taste to it completely. I'm losing the malt on it with this juice. Like it's good and it's enjoyable, but I'm losing the malt on it. Like it's kind of weird. It's a weirdly satisfying vape and beer pairing. And then there's a chocolatey note to it too. It's almost like chocolate covered pears. Like it's oddly well done. Like it's a good pairing. Like I almost want to give it the winnership like on this because it's just so weirdly good. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And hell, this is an odd pairing that I didn't think was gonna work, but it works out pretty good. So that Perry Good and Drop Dead with that Slainte, yeah, go for it. Go for it, guys. That's the winner. That's the winner today. I'm burping McBurpums now. So, stop smoking shit that tastes like ass. Start vaping shit like what I just did. Pair it with some interesting, delicious fucking beers, especially a nice stout. Because life's too short to drink shitty beer and smoke shitty cigarettes, which are going to make your life even shorter. I'll see ya.